Greetings Libra, and welcome to your December reading. Lucky last of the 12. This is the last reading for 2019 and the last reading for the decade, and you guys were the last, so there's something about being lucky last. So don't ever think that that's not a good position, because oftentimes during the transition of first and last there are many changes that take place. So we're moving into this new cusp, this new decade, with much pace and fury. I've been saying to the other readings that if you look back on the last decade, you'll understand how quickly things have sped up and how much change has happened in the 10 years. The 20s are going to be fourfold of change, and that's at every level that you can think of. Now, we will be using these different cards here. It depends just how the universe decides to allow us to work with them as to what will come up. I did do a little bit of intuitive work for you, and these are some of the messages that arrived. I am proud that I can easily adapt to the ebb and flow of my life. That's interesting. Then I got an aqua colour and the ends of cycles. I said here, it feels like you are running in a tide, swirling, maybe not grounded enough. It's gentle per se, slowly taking you a bit each way, a bit of this and that. Then I've written circles again, and then I've got round in circles, and then I've got the word karma. So I'm wondering if some of these are karmic circles or karmic evolutions. But there seems to be a cyclical event and a tide that's swirling for you guys in and out. So you may feel this coming and going, you may feel the ebb and flow, you may feel the movement into new evolutions or karmic cycles for you. I think going back to that, I am proud that I can easily adapt to the ebb and flow of my life, for your mantra that you can utilize for December and through to 2020. So with that, let's start with the cards here. These are the John Holland Psychic Tarot. They also utilize colour, and in terms of colour, they are talking about the chakra energy as well. So this is for Libra for 2019, for December, which will of course be taking them into the new decade, the 2020. So it was a bit mucky. What is in store for them? What is it you would like them to focus on for Libra? I'll pull those two for Libra for 2020. For Libra for 2020, what are we going to be focusing on? What would you most like them to know? We talked about the chakra, the sacral chakra, very much about creativity, passion, relationships, sexuality, fertility, conception. Healing of that area of the body, whether it be physical or emotional, healing any blocks in that area. Wisdom, he's been out a little bit as well just lately. Do remember to check your moon and rising signs or your ascendant, because you'll be surprised that the readings could hold similar messages. A little bit more here for Libra. Wisdom is of course the Hierophant. He's about doing things in a legal manner, a legal process. Sometimes he can be government institutions or legal institutions, as well as churches as well. So we have two that are on display with the sacral chakra and the wisdom card. Both of them emulate this orangey yellow pattern, and they are about strength in a very patriarchal way, in a sort of a legal way, in a way that you do things through correctness. You know, when you do things and apply things diligently, you get a firm foundation from which to work, whether it be a problem you're solving or something you're creating or making. And that firm foundation creates the strength or the balance for the situations that you are working with, and then they traverse through. It's like the base of a pyramid. They go from the base with the strength and then upwards to the apex, to the triangular effect. And in many ways that's what these two cards are doing. They're strengthening or grounding these that are hiding in here that we have yet to look at. So we are going to look at them when I have pulled some from this deck, because we don't know what is actually in store with those ones yet. The Hierophant can be talking about going to as I say, somebody legal like a lawyer and filing applications or filing legal documents such as separations or segregations, or even the making of something new. These ones are definitely coming out quicker. So this can be about forming or collaborations or partnerships and business partnerships as well. And I see the little dog there. He always talks to me in this card, and I'm not sure why, but I often feel like spirit animals or pets that you have in your life may be implicated or may be talking to you or making the connection with you. Because at this time in the year, the portals are very open from that Scorpio energy through to the Sagittarian celebration of the religious Christmas celebration and the Christed white light energy. So portals are very open. There's a lot of traversing around the globe of spiritual energies at this time as well. So any more here for Libra? He can also be the number 5, the wisdom. He can also be about the fact that we can be seeking a religious reconnection with our life. So some sort of spiritual awakening. The sacral chakra is the seat of life in the human body. It's the area of fertilization. It's fertility. It is the sex organs. So it's about passion and creativity and instigating new life, new concepts, new ideas. So these two tied together, especially with the symbolic orange energy like the sun, they could be saying to you that there is this amazing potential for some creative, passionate new concept or idea or construct in your life as you move through the portals and into 2020, because that's where this reading will be taking us. So we've now got all these cards out here that we need to address and look at. So I thought this might be a slightly different way of doing things. We have number 14, the Patience card, which of course is the Temperance card, which is talking about balance for you as well. Patience is something that we often have very little of in these fast-paced times. I think it's something that we were more familiar with years or decades back. And it's in part just the way we live in society, but regaining patience allows us to thoughtfully make plans and to see things through. So rather than just starting a project and stopping it because of a block or something not fitting your current ideas, when we have patience, we're able to put in more planning and tolerance and understanding, and so the concept grows and it can grow outward rather than just in a singular perspective. So it can become more diverse with patience. So patience is a really good concept for us all to uplift more of, and it can indicate a timing mechanism in play, meaning that something that you are undertaking or working with needs some patience applied. It also needs balance, because that's the other meaning of this card. However, it does imply fertility because of the growth that's coming through there. So you've now got the base chakra with all the lovely red energy. This is where we propagate our homes from, our finances, our job, our career, our materialistic grounding of ourselves. It's also where we ground to Earth's energies and where our soul tribe is found, and our families as well. It's also the fundamental basis for all relationships. So you've got the first two chakras coming up for contemplation. These are at the lower ends of the body, the base and then the next one up. they are connected by the nature of physicality, and these two could need some sort of freeing up for you guys to allow for more energy flow through your body. Some of you may have an energy problem or a block or something wrong with one or two of these chakra energy areas that aren't working properly or working freely. So if you start unblocking from the base one and take it through to the sacral and then move up to the solar, then the heart, then the throat, then the third eye, then the crown, then the soul star, you'll get that freeing of energy and you'll enable yourself to feel more alive, more connected. You'll get the free flow of thoughts and ideas and concepts, especially if you're wanting to create something. You can do this through many different methods. You can try yoga, you can try meditational practices, you can try healings or Reiki, any form of eating those colours, wearing those colours, chiropractic work, any type of anything that feels as though it's calling to you in particular. So even balancing what you eat, balancing nutrition in your body and minerals and vitamins could be beneficial as well. Wow. And so we've just been talking about the base and the sacral chakra and then fertility. And fertility sits very well with this particular chakra energy, because this is where fertility happens in a female's body, right where she holds her hands there. So if any of you are having trouble with fertility or with women's issues in particular, this could be a time where a cycle is coming. And remember, we talked about circles and you guys going round in circles with a little bit of this and that and feeling as though things are swirling. So something might be swirling in this part of your body, and this might be a message for a lot of females out there. You might need some remedial help or some transitory work or something to create the movement so that it's not just in a circular flow, so that it can release or be released. For some of you, this might be that you've been trying to achieve a pregnancy and you haven't been able to achieve a pregnancy. So this is a time to look at why and to look at as many different perspectives of how to get a pregnancy on board. This is insinuating there could be a period of fertility coming up for you and that a conception could take place. This card though is the Empress card, and she is about embracing the wholeness of life, including the spiritual perspective, a little bit like her fellow worker up here, the Hierophant. So they find this amazing peace and amplification of the soul's energy when they are at one and in harmony with the universal life force and understanding of it. And we mentioned that briefly up here, that some of you could come into this phase of growth for 2020 or the new decades coming and understand your spiritual pathway a little bit more, or the evolutionary process that you guys want to move into, whether it be a physical process or an emotional or health or spiritual one. There's also, with this fertility, there is sometimes a connection and a conception in the heart here that takes place. So it can be a new love that is coming in, and a radiant love that warms the whole soul and nurtures the body and creates this availability for fertility to take place. And this fertility can be conception of ideas and projects. So this could be a formation between two people. It could be someone like this Wisdom or the Hierophant, and he could be a partner to this person. So this might be someone coming in that is a partner to yourself, and there is this fertility or creativity that is opened up or forms this bond or movement for you guys. So there's a lot of different messages that I'm getting even from these three cards alone. And of course the base chakra fits in as well, because all of these are being activated and energized and harmonized between, it feels as though between him and her, bringing this together somehow. She also finds this cathartic energy coming through her heart, so it can be like an emotional fertility as well. So if some of you have felt trapped or dead in terms of emotions, whether it be fear or anxiety or grief, or afraid to love again or afraid to partner again, this might be a really good time to allow that to broaden out and become more fertile. But remember too that the patience card was in the background, and this is about timing. So for some of you, there might still be a timing issue that is swaying itself across these events. It may not be happening immediately. It might be more in the time perspective. But wow, remember at the beginning I said it's like having a solid foundation. And I said when you have a solid foundation and then you work up to the apex, to the triangle, and there we see it on this card. So the messages that I've been saying are very apt for a lot of you. And there we're talking about the soul tribe, the soul family, and the grounded feeling and connecting with the base chakra, which was our home and our family and our soul tribes. So this is about grounding this all in and feeling this connection and this, it's like, how I said it was all swirling in a circle. It is as if it's in a circle, and a circle of protection at this point. So for some of you, this is either a re-healing of this or a re-establishment of this, or a moving into this harmony with this protective circle, like universal energy around it as well. So you might be moving back into a home that you had moved out of, or you might be moving into a sacred area that you're in. When I say area, it doesn't have to be geographical area, but it might be. But it's an area of movement through life. You're moving into this kind of like sacred flow of safety or connection, or a circle of movement, or fertility, and governed by the heart and the emotions and some freeing up of. So there's a lot of intensity even in those cards alone. They are definitely very bound together. And the pets may come into it. I might pull an animal spirit card for you at the end of the reading. So with those beautiful ones all very much merging together and creating this beautiful Four of Wands at the very end, which also talks about career and moving homes, which is what I've briefly said, but it can be moving countries, it can be families bonded together, new families coming together, new people coming into your family, the birth of children, attending weddings or engagements, or being invited to be married or engaged to someone as well. So there's a lot there, way they've all tied in together. So we're going to now look at these cards here and see what came out for this lot. It doesn't matter if they're upside down or not. I'd probably picked the deck up the wrong way. We have the Angel of Balance in for you, and we have more of, I mentioned the pyramid, and I said you needed this solid foundation and then going up into the apex. So the pyramid has come. There's also the moon in the background. I forgot to mention at the beginning that on the 26th of December we have the final eclipse for the year. It's a solar eclipse in Capricorn. So Capricorn and Libra may somehow be associated when I see this moon up here. But going into an eclipse towards the end of the year is very powerful, but it can be discombobulating for some people as well. It tends to bring out our shadow side, or the things that we have put into the background, or sometimes the things that we don't want to face. So the Angel of Balance is talking to you about bringing balance and concepts of balance back into your life again. And we had that with the Patience card over here. It's also a card of balance as well. So balance is mentioned twice in the reading. I think we've talked about the fact that the chakras needed to be balanced out for the opportunities of fertility and this hierophant power to merge together and to create something more powerful than having them all separated and pulled apart. I might just turn them all up the right way now. But rest and rejuvenation is also coming out. So I see quite a lot of blue coming into the picture here, and that can often refer to the throat chakra area and also communication. But rest and rejuvenation might be telling you guys that could also be very beneficial for you during the month of December and moving into 2020. We can often find ourselves spending a lot of time socialising in the festive season and travelling or catching up with friends and family that we haven't seen for some time, and sometimes that takes a toll on us. But if other than that, it can sometimes mean you are coming out of some sort of illness, which could have been indicative of these two chakra cards that turned up here. The white light is coming into his body very much in the thorax region, through here and even down here, which is the base and sacral chakras. I note there's something strange, looks like his liver inside his stomach there, so that can mean, well, you can see a few of his organs, means detoxifying and rebalancing. And we had the balance, of course, we know the balance with these two angels. So I think there might be something in this reading for you guys about dietary implications, and also minerals and nutrients and vitamins and herbs. Herbs might be very good for some of you. We can also see this is coming in through the chest. So some of you may have like a chest problem, lung infections, or something that has to go on or be done in or around the chest as well. So it might be a timely rest and rejuvenation. It might be one that's already scheduled in, or it might be like a flu that gets to the chest that needs antibiotics to be fixed. The victory card, beautiful card to receive. It just means victory at some area or some level of something that you're doing. And really the wisdom card is also how victory works. Often when we apply wisdom to a set of circumstances in our life, whether it be personal, relationship, money, career, finance, health, when we apply the wisdom and take the logical steps, we often find that we're on the road to victory. And so that can be about due diligence. And again, the patience card keeps popping into this. You know, when I said earlier, apply the patience and the wisdom and you eventually get to victory. Someone is showing appreciation for you. This is what usually means when this card comes out, so that there is love and respect. These are positive energies that can be within a supportive relationship or family group environment situation. Even in your workplace you might feel this. So you've got, you know, quite a few energies coming out about this appreciation, and it might even be appreciation for yourself and the value that you are worth in life as well. And the last one, we got the Angel of Strength coming out for you from this deck. So you had a couple of nice angels turn up in here, which is really lovely for this time of year as well. Balance and strength. And they can be applied to this base chakra as well, because this is where we gain our strength when the firm foundations are applied, like the pyramid in the background. So if any of you have felt a lack of strength for whatever reason, whether it be a physical illness that may have made you take rest and rejuvenation, or whether it is going to over the December or January period, and then you can apply this Angel of Strength and Angel of Balance energy to the situation for increasing both strength and balance, especially during the rest and rejuvenation period, because that's when we are most likely to be able to attract the light energy in that both of these offer. The moon might also play a role, and so might, as I said, the eclipse that is occurring in December. There may be one in January as well, actually. So a lot of beautiful messages here for you, Libra. I like the way the cards have come out. They've been very cohesive and they've all kind of flowed together nicely. They seem to be continuing the message, like this circle of cards that are flowing beautifully. If we bring just a couple of these ones in, I do find it quite ironic that we use the Doreen Virtue cards, but she's so anti them now with her very, you know, rigorous Christian perspective, and she really does write some quite, or she puts up some quite negative videos about people who deal with this sort of thing. So it's a little bit of an unusual scenario to use her cards, but I still find that they were made actually with very good intent and very good knowledge. So we'll take those. Oh, I thought there was only 2. We'll take those 3. And then I may give you a couple of these as well. As I said, because you were the last cab off the rank, we may as well make it worthwhile you having to wait for all this time. Look at that. There's one of those in there. We may as well take that. This is for Libra for December 2019. Their last reading for the decade. Oh, that's one. Okay, so let's see what we got out of here. I'm just checking that you can see these cards on the camera lens. Law of attraction. Each thought is an investment that pays immediate dividends, so invest wisely. You have the power to choose your thoughts and align them with love, peace, and harmony. So again, just another positive affirmation. There's more animals in here too, more spirit animals, like cougars, wolf, lion, and a little deer, and a big deer in the back here. So there's spirit animals around you guys, whether you are, and the butterflies, whether you're experiencing nature or you're going to find yourself at one with nature, it could be a really good thing to rebalance or reharmonize outdoors and experience the messages from the nature kingdom as well. But the law of attraction is suggesting to you that what you are putting out there is what you are attracting. So remember that for the embarking into 2020, because you want to attract the things that you really desire in life. So think positively on that and go for it. Go for it. Lots of cats turning up, cats and dogs. Some of you may get a new pet. Your pets may be on your mind. There might be something happening to some of them, and of course the horse. Notice the signs can be a message from spirit to say that there are loved ones around you. These sort of messages can be quite prevalent around that Scorpio time energy and possibly around the Sagittarian energy as well. So keep an eye out if you see little feathers or butterflies or coins. They can be just evidence that spirit is trying to get your attention one way or another, or to connect with you, or to let you know that you're doing something along the right pathway. So keep your eye out for those. And daydream. I was thinking of the daydreaming with the rest and rejuvenate, because this has actually come out before, I think, in a partnership as well. When we are in a position of rest and rejuvenation, we often daydream, because that's when our mind is at peace. And we can meditate, or we can focus on what we might be wanting to bring into reality, into this timeline or dimension. And so when these two are hand in hand, there's this great capacity for you to be able to see into the future, or to energize into the future and manifest things. This energy from here is almost going from here and across in waves, if you can see it. So the two cards really join very, very well. So daydreaming, you will hear the messages from your higher self, from collective conscious, from your spirit guides, and it can help you to receive and give you answers to solve questions as well. So it is another important perspective or aspect of problem solving, and especially in today's fast-paced world. And the last card that arrived from that collective bunch, emotional healing. Yeah, and we saw that with the Empress that came out with the green energy in her heart as well. So it says here, as your heart heals of old emotional pain, you receive new blessings and love. And I did say that for some of you guys, I really felt that might have been something that was happening, because we've now got the two cards here with the green heart energy and the two feminine or goddess type energies applying a healing to that and activating it. So for some of you, there is this opportunity to have the heart healed. It could be a physical heart healing situation. It may have been an operation, or something in the chest that could be being healed. So that could be a physical health problem. And for others of you, it is emotional. And this is a time to, especially as you move into this new decade, to spend time in rest and rejuvenation and daydream and apply the law of attraction and allow the way that you want to move forward to be the doors opened on New Year's Eve, right? On the cusp of this new decade, and any emotional trauma that you don't want to bring with you, you leave it behind and open your heart to the new decade as you walk through. So you can utilize these cards and this energy. You could take a photo of them, put them in your wallet or under your pillow or in your bedroom, and have this energy come through for you, and especially perhaps utilize them for New Year's Eve. So the heart healing capacity is occurring right there and then, and emotional healing is underway. So that's a beautiful calm energy that's coming through. I suspect Raphael is behind it with this lovely calmness and this serenity that is flowing through these cards as well. So it's allowing the healing of a broken heart or pain or trauma associated with grief or loss or feelings of abuse or not being good enough or having lost your self-confidence. And remember, we regained a lot of strength. We had the angel of strength come in with you as well. So the whole story, the whole reading is very supportive. It's very nurturing. It's very loving. It's very gentle. But it's very positive for you guys. Like, it's so uplifting. So I'll pull for you one of the light keepers you can also utilize for this period of December and moving into January. Just, you feel free to come back and watch the videos whenever you like, because this energy is imbued through to you, and every time you watch it, you're actually connecting in with the celestial energy that is involved in these readings. So this is for Libra, for their light keeper energy, their light worker energy, guardians of the galaxy. That's what I think of these guys. Who is for Libra as their guardian of the galaxy as they open the doors to 2020? Oh, I'm going to have to retrieve that one. Oh my goodness, it's beautiful. Gaia, Earth connection. Be mindful of the planet. Come back to Earth and stay grounded. And we've had a lot of the grounding energies for you in terms of the base chakra and the firm foundations and the angel of balance. So they've just said to you, don't go too far out. Come back and bring the fertility and the conception back down onto Earth in a grounded way. Plant the seeds and nurture them and water them. And also look after our planet. And yeah, have Gaia with you. So a lot of your resolve and strength, which we've got the angel of strength somewhere in here as well, that could come from Gaia, from her strength and her health as well. So there we are, guys. That's your guardian of the galaxy, gatekeeper is Gaia, who provides us with every single living nutrient that we need to survive on this earth in the human realm. And the last card I'm going to do for you is a spirit animal. I really, really adore the spirit animal deck, and I haven't done it for everyone. I think I've done it for 2 others, but I'm very connected to the animal kingdom anyhow, and I think there are some beautiful messages within these cards. So this is for Libra, for their final reading for 2019. Who is coming out to support them and give them some messages? This is for Libra. They're not the fastest at coming out. They're quite kind of meek quite often. They're just like the animal kingdom. They're not in your face all the time. They work at a much more subtle level. So this is for Libra, who's coming out for them. I'm going to take two. I'll take that one. One more for Libra. Oh, you got three. The parrot spirit, watch your words. Okay, so Librans, the air sign, often words are part of your life and part of what happens. So they're asking you to speak with kindness, especially to yourself as well. Snake spirit, time to heal. We've seen that with the emotional healing, with the heart. And the mouse spirit, tend to the small things. So a lot of kind of pinky orangey hues coming through here for you guys, and slightly different spirit animals that came out. Tend to the small things and they will turn into the big things. Watch your words, especially with yourself and your own mind and your mind talk and how you interact with others. And we saw that with the blue. When the two blue cards came through, I mentioned that communication might have been something to think about. And I'm going to find out the snake spirit about time to heal. I'll read that one for you. So I think these two go very well together, and even the colour palettes are sort of mixing together. Snake spirit, time to heal. All of us need healing at times, and when snake spirit appears, it is time to repair, renew and replenish yourself and your vulnerable heart. Self-care and maintenance work are needed so that your vitality can arise. Give yourself the space to nourish your own well-being. Vulnerability is necessary for friendships and partnerships to work, which means all of us still have tender emotions at times. Be gentle with yourself and others now. Shed the past and step into a new way of being, for vitality is rising in you. This might be a good time to honour the work you have done to heal, grow and repair any damage within you, with those you care about and within your community. Celebrate together how far all of you have come in your healing journey and all that you have created. Unburden yourself of anything that no longer supports wellness, prosperity, positive relationships and well-being, and open the door for healing to occur. Wow. And if, in terms of a protection message, because this book gives both messages, it says no matter how much you may have lost or how you have been disappointed, you are called by snake spirit to shed the past and practice radical self-acceptance now. Only by forgiving yourself can you move on, regardless of whether anyone else is ready for healing. When your tender new skin first becomes exposed, you may feel uncomfortable. Love yourself and remain vulnerable anyway. You may have been weak, but now you are becoming strong and developing wisdom. You will do better in the future. Snake spirit reminds you that hearts can be so easily wounded. Apologies and amends go a long way. Self-forgiveness for your role in what happened can help you heal. Remember, it is the one who has been wounded who often has the greatest power to help others heal. And I love that when it says you are developing wisdom. And what was one of the first cards we turned over? We're back at the very beginning of this very, very beautiful reading. So there's so much empathy here for yourself, for your soul tribe, for your relationships, for your higher self, for all around you. And there's so much capacity for healing. And I think for some of you this has been a long journey. When I said it was like going around in circles, for some of you this has been a decade, like a 10-year servitude or a 10-year issue or a 10-year karmic cycle, and you are finally able to walk through the doors into the future, allowing this healing to take place and move forward with your wisdom in hand. So there we are, Libra. I think your reading was exceptionally beautiful, and it was well worth waiting for the last. I do wish you all a wonderful festive time and Christmas, and a fantastic New Year's Eve. Celebrate in style, and put yourself first and be with yourself at that time as well. And yeah, welcome to the new decade and welcome to the 20s. So thank you all for subbing the channel and liking the video, leaving your comments. It's really great to hear what the community is saying and doing, and showing support for each other. So I will actually be on holiday for a little while now, because it is summer down here in New Zealand, and I will be out enjoying this beautiful, beautiful energy. So much love to you all. May you find all of your dreams and healing taking place. Namaste.